Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And we have yet another amazing guest, returning guest. Once again, today we've had a couple of these here over the past few week or so. It's always good. The purpose of this show, in case you're logging on or have found yourself here for the first time and you're wondering what we do here, the purpose of this show is to interview actual clients who have gone through our education, similar to possibly what you may be doing right now if you are here at Legendary, and getting the unscripted, completely impromptu, very genuine and organic experience in conversation from actual people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. So today's guest is John. He's been on the show before. He's a second time. He's a returning guest, so this will be his second time on the show. You can find him on Instagram at Fit Dad John. With that being said, John, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thanks, Dave. Glad to be hanging out. Pumped. Thanks for having
Hey,
me.
man, it's my pleasure. It's great to have you back. You were on back in, let's see here, August
Yeah,
of
pretty recent.
this year. Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah.
So tell us what's been going on, and also for those who didn't hear your original show, how you got started, what led you to get involved in this in the first place.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name's John, Fit Dad John on Instagram. I started just about 12 months, coming up right on the 12-month mark. My story is that I am a full-time business owner. I'm a dad, and came across an opportunity, like many of you have seen online, and I was very intrigued. And so I decided to make a commitment, and Legendary was the path to that. And since then, it's been learning, growing, applying, taking action, and it's been a tremendous. I'm so glad I made the decision. Um, Nothing other than really, hey, this seems like it's a really great opportunity. I have the entrepreneur mindset. I've owned businesses for a very long time now, and wanted to challenge myself to grow another business. And so here we are, and it's been amazing.
Cool, man. And so 2024 is the first time ever doing any sort of online marketing.
On social media, outside of, so I owned a gym with my wife for about 3 years, had a profitable exit in 19, right before COVID. And back then I was using like ClickFunnels and doing some basic local Facebook ads. But outside of that,
Mhm.
like my very first reel on Instagram was posted last year on a brand new
Wow.
account. Yep. Yep.
And so when you came to Legendary, you were looking for what? You were looking for just education skills, community around doing affiliate marketing, around packaging your own digital products, or some sort of a coaching
I think it was
program,
a
a
combination.
combination.
Yeah, I think it was a combination. For me, the first thing that really drew me to Legendary was that I resonated with your story. I'll be 5 years sober in November, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made, and the trajectory of my life after making that decision has just been like a rocket ship. It's been insanity, and I just felt like, and whatever your beliefs are, I felt like God had led me to discovering you and Legendary, and thought, hey, why not, try this opportunity, commit to it for a year, see how it goes, and the education and like you said, the community, and just all of that has been nothing but supportive and helped lead me to where I am now. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, what was your DOC?
Um, so I mean, I'm sober from alcohol, so for
Okay.
me, it just was
Okay.
Time to stop. Most people would say I didn't have a problem, but you get good at it. And so I
No, yeah, no, I
decided to
love that.
cut it
I mean,
out.
you gave it up when you had a family and had a life and kind of didn't want to lose all that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's cool, man. I mean, I got clean when I was 24 and I had nothing, and I had been, on the streets for 10 years ish, from about 14 to 24. Left home around that age, didn't go to high school. But I love people that I meet that get sober without hitting some massive crazy bottom, and you just make a really healthy decision for yourself. And many of you, whether it be alcohol or something else, making that decision, even if only for a short period of time. One of the magic mindset hacks of that I learned in sobriety is just for today, which means that, look, I'm going to make this decision about this thing that I'm going to do or change just for today. And I'm going to do it today. I'm not going to do it for the rest of my life. I'm going to do it just for today. And you want to know why that's so powerful? Because none of us know what the future holds anyways. Any one of us could get sick, come up with some rare terminal illness. We could get into a car accident, a hurricane. I've recently saw my neighborhood in town here in sort of little St. Pete Beach and Treasure Island get wiped out by two massive hurricanes that just came through. You saw what happened in North Carolina with all that flooding. You just don't know, right? You don't know. So those of you who are trying to, let me tie this into business, who are trying to start a business, and I heard you rattle off, John, like multiple different ventures that you've tried, and I want to try to touch on all of those, but I want to tee that up by saying that building a business is also just for today. You don't have to marry it. You don't have to get married to the niche. You don't have to get married to a particular business model, a guru, a mentor, anything, a university. Many people go to college, start a career in a certain job, and then decide to leave. So this just for today mentality that I learned in sobriety early on that's helped me to stay free from my drug of choice, which happened to be opiates. That the DOC question I asked earlier was drug of choice. That was recovery talk. And I've stayed so clean and sober from that, and been in long-term recovery now for 15 years.
Congrats, man. Keep
And
going.
so, anyways, just for today, I don't do it perfectly. I haven't been perfect, and I don't do it perfectly. But as you know, building businesses and staying sober, doing anything that's hard, requires commitment. So take us through a couple of these businesses. I want to understand your mindset, and how have you been I don't know, how have you been a successful entrepreneur? And that doesn't particularly mean you became a multi-billionaire. It just means that I heard you rattle off a couple of things, like started a gym with my wife and had a successful exit, and now you're doing buying and selling something else, and you're starting how do you do all that, man? How do you handle that? What's the mindset behind that? How did you get like that? And I'm asking because we help so many people transition from employees to entrepreneurs.
Man, that could be a deep question, I suppose. I mean, I've been kind of addicted to building businesses for as long as I can remember. I was maybe like between a 2.3 and a 2.6 GPA student in school. I remember my guidance counselor being like, "Hey, if you want to get into college, we need to start ramping up these extracurriculars because like your grades aren't going to get you in." And so then I went to 1 year of college, and I was like, "Man, this just wasn't for me." I didn't know why I was sitting in an astronomy class at 10 a.m. on a Thursday morning, and how that was going to be relevant to like me, like having some kind of success in life. And so left college, started a painting business with one of my buddies. And so we went and knocked on doors and like all that stuff. I've just always been kind of like drawn to being able to build something of my own. And so that's where all of that drive has come from. And plus, you're able to look back and not only see the growth, but look back on the challenge, hopefully the growth, right? But also like the challenges and the character you were able to build around yourself. It's just constantly helped me level up, from business to business to business. And so for today, now it's kind of the same thing, just leveled up further. I just want to continue to challenge myself to learn and grow and put myself out there to serve people in a way that, helps them understand, like, hey, there's a whole big world outside of that cubicle that you sit in every single day. And I just don't think that I was built to do that.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been an all
So
or nothing type of person, hence the sobriety. So it's just
right.
who I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to us about how you started and launched this. How did you use the experience that you have to jump in, to take action, to be all or nothing? Some of the things that you're describing here, as you started our challenge and you started this journey of learning something new. Okay, you embarked on this journey of learning something new. You now get to this place of, okay, it's time to begin marketing, to begin implementing some of the stuff that I'm learning. What are some of the limiting beliefs that pop up for you? What do those look like for a guy with some experience in business? And how did you overcome those? Were those around video? Were those around something else?
So to answer the first question, how did I get to starting this? It was really just deciding to make the commitment and to say, hey, I'm going to try doing this and learning this for a set period of time. And for me, that was a year. Like if I can commit to doing something for 1 year, which in reality, like, it seems like it's a really long time, but if anybody has kids, I have 3 young kids, and you know how fast the birthdays happen, right? And how fast they grow up, and how fast and how much older you start to feel, right? And so I said, all right, I'm going to commit to doing this for a year. If I see little to no results at all in a year, I can either pivot and figure out what I'm doing wrong, or go do something else. And I've lost a year. I haven't even lost it, because I'm still going to try and find an ROI on the time that I invested in that. And then limiting belief wise, it's like, well, I guess a couple of things. I had never posted a reel on Instagram before, so I had to figure out how to do that. I'm pretty technically savvy, so that was kind of easy. But then the messaging, like, what do I put out there? What do I post? What do I post about? I have little to no followers. How am I gonna gain any authority? How are people going to believe that I know what I'm doing now that I've had this education? Like, it was all of that type of stuff. And by just pushing through, like, you could go back on my Instagram and see some of the, like, the talking head videos that I'm doing. It's wild, compared to the content that I'm putting out now. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to look back on that.
Is it fun for you? Like, are you having fun growing?
Oh man, yeah. I pivoted the account. I rebranded it just about two-ish months ago, and I started putting out some new content. And because why not have fun with it? You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be, owning a business is challenging, and there's always going to be challenges, but that goes with anything in life. And so why not try and enjoy it? And back to your point about just for today, like, that huge business challenge that you're looking at, should be broken down into small steps that you can focus on just for today, in the same way that, like, I won't drink with you today. Like, that's just the thing. So if you're able to compartmentalize all the things that you're working on and focus and be present on the things that are going to help move the needle little by little, that the results can be tremendous. So
yeah. And so I love that, man. I love that. This approach is the approach to building a business is quite different than kind of working a job. You really gotta kind of take ownership, and you really gotta kind of you got to be the one who's holding yourself accountable. We've certainly seen a lot of people here within our community struggle with that. They go into kind of lifetime learner mode, right? And because that's sort of a safe place, you can kind of stay learning. And as long as you're learning and telling yourself that you're not ready, I mean, similar to what you said earlier, I love that you articulated that very well about some of the limiting beliefs that you were having, that I think we all have. Are people going to view me as credible? I don't have any followers. Are people going to, can I speak with confidence? How do I speak with confidence? How do I articulate? How do I teach something and add value without feeling like a fraud, or like I'm trying to deceive people, or like I'm trying to say something that or imply something that I've had? How do I just communicate it, teach, deliver the value, and give the call to action? All these things are things that I think every single one of us deals with when we start. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I said, when I started, thank God, I think for me, I was young. I was 24, 25 years old. I wasn't even old enough to really overthink the way that I think I'd overthink it now, as a 40-year-old person. I mean, in some ways, me starting, think about that, right? I mean, I started this when I was, I started this when I was 24, 25 years old. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not saying that I was walking around with no thoughts in my head, but I damn sure, I think as we get older, we start to like doubt ourselves. Like, do I still have it? Right? Do I still like, am I too old? Am I irrelevant? Am I, did I do, all the things? Do I still got it? I don't know.
I think, and like, so,
I didn't expect to be talking about age, and some of you are looking at me like, you're young, Dave, and I'm 40, but I'm middle aged, right? I deal with different things than I dealt with them when I was 25, and I'm sure I'll deal with different things when I'm 60, 55, 60 than I do here at 40. But my point, I mean, you picking up what I'm putting down, right? Is this resonating with you?
Yeah. And even to the even on the smaller side of things, like the internet's a big place. And I want to encourage people, like, no matter what you put out, no matter what, there's always going to be somebody that has something to say about it. So, and I'll give you an example. I posted something, I think it was yesterday. Somebody was like, you need to fire your barber. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Right? So like, but the message was received by 100 other people that appreciated the message that I had to share. Right. And so I could have been afraid to put that out because of my awesome haircut, or I could have just put it out and serve the people that I want to serve, and like put the message out there. And it happens at all different types of ways, So in the very beginning, you may be afraid to show your face on camera. You may be thinking like, oh, let me go faceless, or like, I don't have a great presence, and like all of that type of stuff. But then you start to post a little bit, and then you realize, okay, cool, I do have a presence, and all of that stuff. Then you start to gain a following, and then you start to get engagement. And then once you have the engagement, you start to post something, and then boom, you're like, oh man, I got that comment. There's that one person, but you keep pressing through that stuff. Because
that one person,
because it's the internet, and the internet's real, and it just happens, and it doesn't matter the size of the account that you are. The point of this, and I hope that many of you see this as encouragement, is like, you just got to keep pushing forward, and be comfortable and confident in the message that you're sharing as like, hey, I know that this is, going to help people. And if it just helps one person, then you've done your job,
Well, I think that therein lies part of the problem, right? Is being comfortable and confident about what you're saying, right? I agree with you there. Yeah, if you're comfortable and confident about what you're saying, then I think you've got a lot of it solved. So the question is, at what point, how do you become comfortable and confident in what you're saying? And is your arrival to that place when you finally say, okay, I'm going to transition from learning to launching here, is that place going to be different for everybody? Or should it be about the same place where everybody should say, okay, I know enough to be dangerous? And I think this happens. This is a conversation that should be taking place in all educational environments. For example, does an accountant really need 6 to 8 years of training in university? Does a, I don't know, does an office worker or manager or an admin person or somebody getting a basic degree in business, do they need to go for 4 years?
Right.
So the time in which we sit around to learn and then get to actually launching is going to be different, because we all need to feel comfortable and confident, as you said. And so what are some of the things that made you were dealing with some of those limiting beliefs? Hey, am I credible enough? Do followers, yada. What are some of the things that made you feel more comfortable and confident to create and then post content?
Yeah. I think thinking back to the other businesses that I had was helpful. And I think you said it best. Like a lot of times we can get stuck in the, hey, I just need to learn one more thing. I just need to learn this. I just need to learn how to I don't know, write a better caption. I just need to learn 10 more hooks that then I can go create 10 pieces of content and then put it out. Instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm just going to put one thing out today. I'm going to post one thing today." Instead of taking action, "Hey, I'm going to make the offer. Hey, I'm going to whatever that action step is." Instead of, "Oh, let me just go watch this other 30-minute webinar." If you've already had or already started learning, like you should pause on what you're learning, take action on what you've learned, and then go. So like start the LLC or set up the LLC, like create the Instagram account, go register the domain name, make your first Instagram post or TikTok or YouTube short, or make the 30-minute long form YouTube content, like
Right.
and once you start doing something, it's probably not going to be as good as you want it to be, because we're our own, like we're always going to be we're going to criticize ourselves at the highest level. But at least then you're learning and you're growing and you're putting yourself in a position where you can say, cool, I've finally done something. And that
Right.
done something mentality will lead you to do the next something, to the next something, to the next something. And then finally, you're like, whoa, now I've forced myself into that level of confidence. Uh-oh. Let's go. you know, and to kind of tie it all up, like a big thing that I believe in is just action is everything. And there are constantly times when I feel afraid to take action because of how my action will be potentially received. But if I don't take that action, then I'm never going to be able to get the feedback that I need to then continue to grow and make my business better and help the people that I want to help. So take
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, right. I say all that to say, take action. No, it was well said. Platinum Boulder, as Michael T.
Mm,
Garden, regular viewer of the show, comments down in the box. So I was thinking about just how impatient most of us are. I mean, you ladies, maybe you're different. I think most of us reptilian men are like, let me breeze through this instruction manual pretty quick and just figure it out. I did it this morning with a booster seat for my son. I like got it because I just ordered it and I was like wanting to, just let me see how he looks and see the weight limitations and stuff because he's getting bigger. I got a 3-year-old and I'm like, let me see if he could ride in this booster. And so anyways, yeah, I get it out and I'm just like, I could figure this out. It's just, just this morning I did it, it's just hilarious for me I was like, oh, read this, man. Just do this. Right. And I did try and I was like, damn it. I was confused. So I actually had to go to the instruction manual and reference something. But anyways, the point is that we should be anxious about trying it. You remember when you were a kid, when you didn't have the time, you just want it, just give it to me. Let me try it was the mindset.
I see it every day.
I know you do with your 3 kids. No, I know.
And I love it.
It's like, where you got to think about this for a second. If you're somebody who's just sitting in lifetime learner mode, where you were a young child like that, you snatch things from your brothers or your sister. I mean, I see it every day with my kids. They snatch. They don't want to hear any damn instructions. They don't want to hear, right? So as adults, it's not about not hearing. I'm not trying to go to the extreme because hell, we sell education for God's sakes.
Sure.
But we got it. What happened over the last 20 or 30 years that made you be whatever us to where we're like, no, I'm not ready yet. How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the judgmental?
We're not born like that. We're not born like that.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, even to the simplest thing, like, my daughter jumping off the couch and not understanding what the consequences are when she hits the wood floor, it's like, hey, don't do that. But like, she's willing to take action and try it.
We just get so scared.
Yeah.
Over the years, we get so scared into just being still and not doing anything, not being too loud, not ruffling any feathers, not offending anybody, not making anybody uncomfortable, not, creating any ripples at family holiday dinners. We've got the holidays coming up and somebody's going to ask you if you're doing anything that people can see. How's that little shitty little internet thing going?
Yeah.
Probably to you over Thanksgiving, whatever. Like, they don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. They don't want to let anybody know that they're doing something because that they don't want to. So it's like, I guess it's a combination of all of these things. Peer pressure, afraid to be judged by friends and family. I don't know about you. Were you moved more, whatever way you were moved by filming or being criticized or misunderstood by a friend or family member, or was it total strangers that were more difficult for you to kind of navigate their either feedback or rejection or criticism?
I think in the very beginning, like the total stranger thing was the hardest thing to navigate because right, wrong, or indifferent, like sometimes I guess it could be hard to tell somebody's intentions, just through an Instagram reel that's 6 to 8 seconds long. So, there could be misunderstanding. And then, I would like go in depth and try and explain myself and like all of that type of stuff. And then I'm like, man, like if this person's seeing this like this, then does that mean that everybody's seeing that message this way and all that? And so that's when the self-limiting beliefs start and all of that. But then eventually you start to get that positive feedback and you see it for yourself too. And like all the things that you're doing. And I got news for you. Like that person's not growing your business. You're growing your business. Like you're doing the work and you're showing up every day and you're like dealing with the challenges and trying to get better and like all of that type of stuff. And so once I finally got to the point where I'm like, hey, this actually helps my reach. It helps the algorithm. It helps like all this stuff and like start to have a little fun with it, honestly, is where I was finally able to kind of overcome that. you know?
Well, and I think that's a secret that you just boo, but we need a sound effect. Dun, 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 platinum boulder. It's for real. No, I wonder if we could do that. Joanne, I know you're listening. I wonder if we could do that. That would like take sound effects would take the show to the next level. Like for real, I just thought about that. Like it's kind of like a hat throw, but like in this case, I got, I don't know, some days I'm more sore or less physically right, but I'd still love to have like a soundboard, something to
Yeah.
hit, like when it's kind of like a platinum boulder hat throw kind of moment. Anyways, the important things, of course. So
Looks like
I
she got
forgot
it.
what
She
the
said sound
actual
effects check.
I forgot what the actual platinum boulder that you said was, but I got really excited about the idea of sound effects.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the secret, is once you're able to embrace and have fun almost with
Mm,
those,
have fun. Yeah,
those
exactly. I know.
comments and put
Well, that
you
was
put yourself in a position where like, you're
the
again, that person's not building your business with you. They're not there trying to help you build your business. They don't see what your vision and they don't understand your goals, and they're not there to try and help you support yourself and your family and all of those things. And so like, does it really matter? Does
yeah.
it matter what that person says? Like, how's that stupid internet business, that scam going? It's like, well, wait a second. Like I'm learning high value digital skills that can
Right.
like put myself in a position to do this, 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 to do this. Like I don't have enough fingers to to
Yeah.
to talk about, like, that person's not helping you put yourself in a position as where you want to be in the goals that you have for yourself. So the
I
reality
love
is that
I
it doesn't
love
matter.
I love talking to other people who have like are kind of like trendsetters, trailblazers. They play the hero role, if you want to talk about it from a psychology perspective, within their family and friend circle. And
Asterisk.
it,
I don't. My family's never given me a hard time about this.
yeah,
But
no, but
I've talked to a number of people that are like, yeah, I just I'm getting a hard time, and they think that I'm crazy, and all that stuff.
yeah, man. I mean, this is like the number one thing that people are struggling with. Is they're either uncomfortable getting on camera and in acting, projecting that confidence in the early in their career or their business, those first 100 followers, that's a tough place. You got to be mentally strong to get through that phase. You have to be mentally strong. If you can get through those first 90 days, many of you, and I mean consistently, 90 days of you got to, it's really, it's 6 months is where you concrete it. That's why we started an accountability program, coaching program that is 6 months long.
Love
And if
that.
you want a free accountability coaching, got to get a shameless plug in.
All good.
If you want a free accountability coaching call, you can email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com. This is to learn or at least receive some information about our 6-month accountability coaching program. It is also a free value call with our accountability mentor, or one of them, likely Bonnie, who you will talk to, and guaranteed to walk away from that time with significant clarity about what you're probably lacking in your accountability routine, whether you use us or not, and also some of the things that our clients are doing or that we're helping them do that you could do with or without us. Okay, you'll walk away from that call with value. So if you want that free accountability coaching call, you can email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com. Just email the word accountability, and I'll CC you in so you can set up a time with Bonnie. Back to the regularly scheduled program, though, pushing through that first 90 days to 6 months, when you are testing new ground with your routine inside of your home, your spouse, there's that conflict or communication that needs to happen. You need to navigate that. There's you putting yourself out there publicly. It's a big thing mentally. It's a big thing to launch something. And everybody comes into this with this little, well, I just want a side hustle. I just want a side hustle. I just want to come in and make a few shekels real quick. Like, it's like, what is this? People, what businesses are you used to? What businesses, look, we got to come in. And that's where I think the disconnect happens, is that, oh shit, now I'm having all these feelings about getting started. And I don't have the coping mechanisms to be able to navigate this and push through it.
Yeah, I think you said something like the first 90 days is where you're able to build, especially with consistency, you're able to build that strength. And I believe that 90 days and the strength that you build there with consistency puts you in a position to then handle whatever comes next after 90 days. Because guess what? As a business owner, you're going to need to have the strength to deal with whatever is next too. Because the first 90 days offer its first challenge, and then you level up. And then after 90 days, it's going to offer you the next challenge, and then you level up. And then after 6 months, you're official, you level up. And then there's another challenge. You know what I mean? And it keeps going. You could be in business for 15 years and you're going to have a challenge. And so building that strength over that time and looking at it as stepping stones to continuing down the path of success is crucial, in my opinion.
To me, success in business is very simple. I'm going to say it so. I'm coming right in. It's keeping the doors open. Literally, not going out of business is success. Not going out of business, not quitting, not shutting down. It's sort of like anything else in life, right? Over time, not like just carrying it through. We're talking about fatherhood quite a bit on this morning's episode. You got 3. I've actually got 3 as well. 2 little ones, 1 older. And you get them. The worst thing you ever want is a child to have something happen before you pass, right? I think just getting them to adulthood is success.
Yeah.
Getting them there alive, keeping your business alive. Steady, slow growth over time is what you're looking for. And so you don't need to conquer. We come into this looking for big explosive wins, money, where's the commissions at fast, yada, yada. But it's like, where's the small wins? You actually push through. The small wins at the beginning are not going to be money. You're going to have to understand the small wins at the beginning are going to be the confidence that you build, the self-esteem that you build by following through and actually just watching the training, completing something, following through, getting it launched, and getting it moving. And then you work on keeping the doors open. That then becomes the minimum maintenance of the business, which is keep it open, because you can't take, it's sort of like investing. You have to keep your money in the market. That's Warren Buffett says this, not Dave Sharpe. He says time in the market will always win over trying to time the market, buying and selling and entering and exiting the market. Time in the market. Same thing with a business. Because you never know when a unique opportunity is going to come your way. Somebody's going to come across you. Some whale client, some whale affiliate, some unique opportunity, something happens in the world that makes your business all of a sudden some big, popular, essential thing. But you got to be, so you shift to then keeping the doors open. And as long as you're in business, and you give yourself a chance to have wins. And that's what luck is. It's where preparation meets opportunity. You get lucky. And that's what people who misunderstand what success is all about say. Man, he just got lucky. Well, motherfucker, I've been in business.
The luck took
for
15 years. The luck took 10 years.
Yeah. There was a lot of years. Like even legendary marketer success, we grew organically. I started the company in 2017. We had 3 or 4 years of just kind of block building. And then when the pandemic hit and everybody was looking for something to do online, we became a huge need. We became a huge essential item. So we got lucky in having a great run, and now more people are open to the idea of online income, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, selling courses, coaching events, what we teach, because they had so much time to sit at home and understand that these things were valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. And as far, like you just mentioned, a whole bunch of different opportunities. And I think that that's one of the key things that is potentially a big misconception online is, a lot of people look at things as like, oh, well, this is just the next best thing and all of that. But the reality is the foundation that you're able to build through Learn, Launch, Lead, and then beyond with you guys puts you in a position to basically do whatever you want with however you want to apply yourself. And
Yeah.
as long as you don't quit, like you said, and you recognize that this is a business, then the opportunity is right there. You just have to do it, and you have to stick with it.
And what I hear you saying is, and this is what we try to really hammer home to people, is that we're teaching transferable skills here.
100%.
These core 4 business models and the skills within these business models that we teach are transferable. You can use them to promote products, and we give you 4 ideas for products, courses, coaching, events. You can do a hybrid of any of those, or integrate affiliate of other people's products as an affiliate into your promotions. This is 4 different types of products you can sell that have low to no overhead and allow you to sell at a premium price because it's powerful information that a specific person with a specific problem has. And it's crazy how transferable they are. I've even told people, while you're going through this education and looking and planning on launching and starting your own business, see how you can apply these skills to your existing job, just to upgrade your value. Can you make more money? Can you make yourself more valuable in your existing, employment situation? That's the way an entrepreneur thinks, people. An entrepreneur doesn't think, well, when I'll do a shitty job now and be kind of a whatever, whether I'm on the pity pot or be complaining or have an attitude of entitlement, or look, I'm getting in life right now what I deserve, not financially. I know I'm not talking about like in terms of just the whole plan, because I'm not God, but we usually are getting versus the value that we're putting out, and also what we ask for. And what's available. And so, there's just an entrepreneur would say, let me go through this education and see if there's a place I can apply it now, just to even practice it. Most successful course creators or coaches will also go out and figure out ways when they're first launching their business. And I talk about this in the coaching blueprint of offering your services to people in exchange for testimonials. At the beginning, just to grind, just to hustle, just to test your product, just to work and get, and have an opportunity that we kind of call, the real world calls this an internship. This is the phase. The beauty of this business is you can earn while you learn. You don't have to do a 2-year internship where you just give all your time away to some company who may or may not even hire you. I'll pause there. We'll bring this in for a landing here, but the entrepreneur mindset is a way of thinking. Don't you agree, John? It doesn't just apply in the 8 hours of your workday.
Yeah. Yep. And like you said, putting yourself in a position to do the thing, so that way you can get the feedback that you need in order to make yourself better, in order to put yourself in a position to continue doing things in the future. I mean, it's it's right on. You just have to do. You have to do the work, and you have to be okay with knowing that, like, it's gonna take time for you to, to build something. And to that point, like, nothing that is worth having comes without work anyways. So, like, you know, you're going to be proud of the work that you put in with what you've built, because of all of the things that you've been able to do and accomplish, and challenges that you've been able to overcome, like all of that. So yeah, you're right on. And
Well,
it's fun.
well said.
And
It
have
is.
fun, have fun with it.
It is. It is. I mean, geez, I can't think of a more fun way to work every day. I mean, uh, I had a studio. It got flooded out. So I've been working from my
Yeah, you
my
guys got
kitchen
hammered down there.
my my kitchen table. Which, anyways, I gotta. I'm just kind of. It's just like, hey, we're doing it. We're
Yeah.
doing. We're doing. We're doing our work. We're working. This is the way that people work in 2024 and 2025 and beyond. That there is no reason to be everywhere in person. In person is for medical stuff that requires that. It is for home services where somebody should work on your home. It is not for learning. It is not for communication. It is not, you do not need to go somewhere in order to learn something today. You need to be able to focus. You need to be able to put the headphones or whatever you've got on and get to work and tune out, block out, put the blinders on. Most of all, realize that you're probably the one creating your distractions by scrolling social media and procrastinating. So you go and do more busy, dumb work that doesn't need to be done. And if most of you would just focus on clearing out your hoarders of shit you don't need, both processes and physical things. And if you would just look at, for example, one of the things I did at a certain point in my life, in my career, was I started wearing the same thing every day or very similar, right? That saved me energy in the morning. Simplify those choices. Eating a lot of the same things. They're always in the cabinet. I've got a couple of things that I like. They're go-tos. I snack on them. It's routine. Simplify. Cut
Yep.
out all the distractions. All killer, no filler. When you get up, the beautiful part about entrepreneurship and working for yourself is you could spend your time however you want. A lot of you complain about the bullshit task that your boss asks you to do, but then you do the same BS task in your own business. The beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is you have a choice to do whatever you want with your time. And so cut out all the BS and go right to I value time so much that I don't even watch videos that I record, because it's like, it just took me 5 or 10 minutes to record the damn video. I don't have another 5 to 10 to watch it. I was there. I heard it post.
Yeah, I think to add to your point about you can do whatever you want in entrepreneurship, like, just know that there's consequences to whatever actions you do or don't decide to take during that time that you're using. And so you can use that time effectively, block it out, make sure you're focused. Like, don't skip ahead in the training video to just try and get to the end of it. Like, literally take the time to learn the things and do the things, and then or not, right? And there will be consequences either way. But the beauty of it is that if you do decide to do the work, you put yourself in a position to, offer yourself more than what you have now with time, consistency, longevity. A lot of people say, well, how, you've posted 3 reels a day for an entire year. How do you do it? Well, I wake up at 4:15, I work out, I make my reels for the day. And then I carry on with it. I don't sit in a cold bath. I don't, and then I just get to work. And I know I'm not the originator of that. Like, I didn't come up with that. I recognize that between the time I want to spend with my family, my other business that I do full time, just all of those things need my time and attention. And I want to spend time with my family and all that. So what do? I get up an hour earlier than I used to, and I still am able to accomplish the things that I need to accomplish. Right. And just discipline and
That's
getting
one
to work.
that's one of the things that I like about Alex Hormozzi's
Yep.
message and his content. And there's
That's
and you
it.
saying yup makes me realize that some of the things that we're listening to are similar. Some of the people are similar. Um, uh, this is a guy who kind of came up out of the marketing world in the gym space, sold the business, now invests back into other businesses, has a company called Acquisition, creates a lot of content. His wife works with his wife as well. And his whole philosophy around the content that he creates, which is on building businesses for entrepreneurs, is screw all the morning routine bullshit. Screw all this, 3-hour morning routine crap and all this getting ready to get ready. Uh, he even proudly kind of talks about how he works pretty much 7 days a week because it's what he loves to do, and he
Yep.
just gets the job done. And cuts, it's just all about productivity. It's all about eliminating excuses. It's all about simplifying. And I love that message because all of this getting ready to get ready, all of this, when I think back about my process, there were some there were some powerful things that I did, but the most powerful thing that I did when I first started was just started creating and acted myself into a new way of thinking. Acted as if I was already successful. Never lied, but it was just an energy and it was a confidence and it was a just get to work. Don't
Yep.
overthink about
Yep.
how inadequate you are. Don't overthink about where you are in comparison to other people out there doing the same thing. Don't spend countless hours watching other people's shit only so you can compare yourself to it. Just get to work and be a little confident, be a little cocky, don't be an asshole and don't lie, but have a little swagger, have a little confidence, get in front of the damn camera, say some stuff. If you say something wrong, dial it back, apologize for it. If you don't know the answer, say you'll go get it from somebody. I mean, it's basic shit.
Yep. And I would add, find the help, that and guidance and partner with people that will help you as well, like Legendary. And I have friends in the business that, they have a community as well. It's just finding those people, especially like you guys, like I mentioned, is what's going to help you do it faster and put yourself in a position to get that feedback on a regular basis.
Without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can find John over on Instagram at Fit Dad John. No spaces, spelled just like it sounds, brother. Always a great conversation with you, man. For real,
Love it.
always a blast.
Yeah, glad we were able to hang out again, man. Thank you very much.
For
And
sure,
thanks for
man. For
everybody
sure.
for jumping on.
Yeah, and all the love that you've showed both John and I during this episode. Of course, we love to see that. We appreciate it. Thanks for showing love to the guests too. Remember, these people come out, they're clients. There's no script, right, John? No, we
No,
just come right out here raw,
no.
right? Are you
Get an email
surprised
and
by
it's like,
how
hey,
that?
do you want to be you want to be on the show? You're like, yeah, cool. What are we going to talk about? Whatever Dave wants. And so here we are, and I love it. This is the kind of environment that I love to be in. So like I said, I appreciate you having me on again in such a short time period.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun hanging out,
I
man.
like it's got to be organic, right? Like
Oh
for
yeah.
me nowadays, I just feel like that's what you got to do. I mean, we're seeing so much out here about people being, they just want people who are real and authentic. They want to hear real and authentic conversations. I mean, even the things that I'm attracted to watching, are just people doing impromptu stuff. I like seeing real reactions. I like having real conversations, and it makes doing this business so much easier too because you never have to keep track of any lies. You never have to
Yep.
keep track of whatever however you are presenting to this crowd versus that crowd or whatever. It's just like
You
what you
are who
see
you
is what
are.
you get. Yeah, yeah. Well, you are who you are, and don't apologize about it. Use it to your advantage. Embrace all your weird idiosyncrasies and seriously,
Yeah.
however the hell weird you are, embrace it. Dial it up 10 or 20% in your content and go freaking crazy. John, great to see you, buddy.
Thanks, brother. You too.
And talk to you
Appreciate
soon,
it.
buddy.
See
All
ya.
right, bye-bye. You can find John over at Fit Dad John, Fit Dad John, Fit Dad John over on Instagram. No spaces, no underscores, Fit Dad John. Guy's getting it done, doing good stuff, doing cool stuff. We love talking to him for sure. You can go to legendarymarketer.com/enroll, ENROLL, enroll to get started with a challenge, to get started with our blueprints, come to an event, all the things. Come and see us, get involved in a community, learn. It is so true. John kept bringing it back to that. Yes, energy, yes, output, yes, execution, but be doing the right things and it will make the execution so much more fun because you'll get a great result. So learn what you're doing. That's the point. Learn what you're doing. That's how you become confident. That's how you become, able to execute, in my opinion, right? It's learning what the hell you're talking about and learning what you're doing is what it makes it fun, because then you start getting, what makes playing baseball fun? Being able to hit home runs. If you can't, you strike out every time, it sucks. Common sense. This is not magic, folks. So learn what you're doing. It'll be fun. You'll hit more home runs. Okay. Come and see us. Join us in Austin. Our mastermind is happening January 31st through February 2nd. Grab your ticket at legendarymarketer.com/enroll. As I just said, seriously, it's going to be a great time. If you ever want a t-shirt or a hat, it's not a huge part of our business here, but you can go to belegendary.shop. belegendary.shop. So .shop instead of .com. And I did say earlier, if you want an accountability coaching call for free, you could go and email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com, the word accountability, and I'll CC in Bonnie, our accountability coach, or one of them, and you can set up a time to have a discussion about what that looks like and also get some tips on how to be more accountable, show up, be more consistent, and get more results in your business. Email me the word accountability to dave@legendarymarketer.com. And if you're looking to promote great products, partner with a company that stands behind its products. Nobody stands behind their products more than Legendary Marketer. We upgrade and update our products for free to anybody who's bought them. We stand behind our products no matter what people are saying, whether they're hating on us or they're loving on us. It doesn't matter. We just keep executing and keep serving. We don't pay attention to distractions. We pay attention to the people who have paid us to serve them. And so that's what this is all about here. If you want to partner with a brand that puts its clients first, that nothing else matters here except you guys. And if you're our client, you paid us for a service. That's what we're doing here. And so we keep the doors open and we continue to evolve and improve our products, our programs, our courses, our coaching programs, our events. If you want to partner with a company that executes at that level for its clients, then you can go to legendarymarketer.com, click on affiliates, and join our affiliate program. It's free to join. Anybody can join, and we're looking to partner with new people, re-engage with people that we once worked with to help you have a great end of the year and also help you have a great 2025 and just get our products and our programs into more people's hands here. We've got some awesome stuff coming, awesome stuff currently that's available for people. So we want to get that in people's hands. So if you want to help us to take our message and our mission to your audience to help convert people into awesome education learning programs and put commissions in your pocket, go to legendarymarketer.com and click on affiliates, and you can join our affiliate program. Once again, I want to thank John. He's at Fit Dad John on Instagram. An amazing show. Dude's a rock star. Love talking to him. He gets it, and he's going to be big. Watch out for him. That was his second time on the show, and I'm looking forward to a third here real soon. All right, my friends, we'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Get the heck out of here. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace.